So it's items just like this that are actually saving my business. This is a Pendleton men's flannel that I picked up for $7 at the Goodwill yesterday. And there's nothing too particularly, special about this. I got it for $7. They sell for anywhere between $40, $60, $80 plus. This is 100% wool, men's size large. But the difference is that I'm bringing better items into my store on a daily basis. Last week I was able to hit up 7 thrift stores, and 7 thrift stores allowed me to pick up 61 quality items. I'm going to be showing you guys kind of what's been selling. We're packing up about 56 orders that sold over the weekend. I'm going to be bringing you along with me. We're going to be putting away returns. We're going to be consolidating inventory. But first things first, we got to grab some coffee. Had to get the coffee going. So we got 54 orders. I'll just show you guys. Here's what's going on eBay over the weekend. Had a pretty good weekend. 54 orders totaling $1,265 in sales, and then we had 4 more on Poshmark that sold, I think, about 120 in sales as well. So that's a nice good bit. I mean, compared to what we've had in the past. In the past it's been really low amount, like 35 to 45. So let's get to pulling and packing. I'll kind of show some of the highlights of what sold. All right, first up were these 2 belts by Mara Giordani. Brand new with tags, came from the storage unit buyout. These sold on a combined order for $30 shipped. Here is a Ralph Lauren scarf made out of silk, sold for $15 plus $8.95 shipping. This will definitely go Ground Advantage, probably ship for about $4 to $5. These are some brand new Kenneth Cole men's button-up shirts with the price tag, $52 each. I accepted a best offer of $5 each on these Kenneth Cole shirts. They're size medium, but the buyer paid $18 shipping. So didn't ask for discounted shipping, so I figured, all right, well, at least I'll make some money on the shipping. This should go Ground Advantage, but I'll probably ship it. It's probably about £1.25 there. So those items I've had for almost coming up on 2 years now. That's why Kenneth Cole's not a good brand, so I'm happy just to get something for these items than have them sit around in my store. So happy to see those things sold, and when I got that offer of $5, I was like, I don't even care. Just accept it, get those items out of here. We had these women's International Concepts women's cargo pants, size 16, sold for $14.36 plus shipping. I want to know if you guys have seen an uptick in sales lately. What's been going on your end? I feel like eBay's been chugging along, doing a lot better. I'm listing 20 items a day, 20 quality items, and I'm seeing the results. I'm seeing my organic traffic go up. I'm promoted at 10%. Still seeing like good impressions come in. So I want to know, like, have you guys seen anything different? Are you seeing sales continue to fall, or what's been going on in your business? I want to know. And if you guys have questions, just drop them in the comments down below, and I'd love to be able to help you guys out, bring as much value to every one of these videos as possible. A couple material items I've been picking up more and more lately is just linen blend, silk blend stuff, and I'm seeing a lot more items sell in my store. These are the Talbot's women's pants, size 6, but they are linen, and they sold for $12 plus shipping. They probably took maybe 6-7 months to sell. I want to get into some of the questions and comments that came in on the channel, and this one's from Teaching AI, more of a comment really, but it's about one of the last shorts I made. Going to some of these Goodwills recently, some of the prices on these items have been like just blowing my mind, right? Especially going to Costco afterwards and seeing what these items sell for new. But for example, he says those same jeans will find its way to the bins for $2 a pound. the bins will start having better quality products due to this greed. I do feel the same way. You know, who as a consumer is going to pay $24.99 for a pair of Levi's when they're brand new at Costco for 29 bucks, when they're brand new at Kohl's for $15? So I want to know, for the people that go to the bins on a daily basis or weekly basis, are you seeing a lot more items with tags on them from the Goodwills? I'm thinking that not a lot of consumers or resellers are going to be buying Levi's for $24. I found a cinch, men's small cinch button-up shirt for $19.99. They don't even sell on eBay for that much. So I'm just kind of shocked. It does blow my mind. A couple more comments. Goodwill is trash. Prices at Goodwill across the board have went way up. Ours went out in our town due to their pricing. They're donating clothes. You don't need to spend $25 on a used pair of jeans. Yeah, it's crazy. Things have changed dramatically, like just 3 years, 2 years, even a year ago. But the cool part is I'm able to find more of these mom and pop thrift stores that know that Goodwill is going crazy, and they're capitalizing because they're not pricing their items for, you know, I can find a pair of jeans for $5, $3.50, you know, versus going to the Goodwill. Most of their jeans are priced at a minimum, like Old Navy, $9.99, Goodfellow, $9.99. Like just the lowest bottom of the barrel. Kirkland jeans, $9.99, and I think brand new at Costco they're $10. We had this Under Armour men's long sleeve kind of active wear, size large, sold for $14 plus $8.95. Another item that's gonna go Ground Advantage. I ship probably 9 out of 10 items Ground Advantage now. This should ship for about $5. It's funny how many wool sweaters I'm still continuing to sell. This is a Nautica men's wool sweater, and this is an NY Basics wool sweater, both new with tags. They had been in my inventory for almost 2 years, so I accepted $10 on this one, $10 on this one, and they paid, what did they pay? They paid, yeah, like 18 bucks for shipping. So, you know, this brand I've never even seen before, and Nautica is not a good brand. So I'm just happy to continue to get these items out of here. Now I could take the profit from these items and go invest them into items that actually sell fast and for a decent profit. We had this Buffalo David Bitton men's button-up shirt that sat in my inventory for about a year, sold for $10.25 plus shipping. And then we had this Nautica men's polo, also sold for $10 plus shipping. Now here is a nice sale, and this is something that I'm continuing wanting to bring into my business. I just picked up a pair of Big Star jeans yesterday for men, so that was a nice find. This is Big Star women's jeans, size 29. It is Remy low rise, listed 6 months ago, sold for $25 plus shipping. So that is more of the average sale price that we're trying to get above. No more of these $8, $9, $10, you know, sale items, which are fine. You know, those are what keep it going. But this is definitely what I'm trying to kind of aim towards when I'm going into these thrift stores now that I'm paying $3, $4, $5 an item. This is a men's Tennessee Titans Nike Polo. The reason I picked it up is because it's a 3XL. It was listed 2 weeks ago and it sold for $17 plus $8.95 shipping. So I'm really leaning towards a lot of these bigger sizes because just the sell-through rate is so much better. 3XL, 3XB, especially for more plain items like a Nike Golf Polo, I would usually pass up on. Just want to take a minute to say thank you so much for 7,000 subscribers. Really want to show some gratitude. You know, I appreciate all the people that started from the beginning, from day one, to all the new subscribers that have come along. I appreciate you guys. You know, my whole goal with the channel and the reason why I started the channel was to just bring value, to show kind of the ins and outs of what it takes to be a full-time reseller. I want to show all the mistakes, all the failures, all the successes, to be able to help you guys go further, faster in your journey. If this is something that you really want to do and take seriously, or maybe if it's something you just want to do on the side, I hope that I can bring something to the table where you guys can learn from. Just want to say I appreciate you all and thank you so much. There's nothing more fulfilling than helping someone out with answering a question or bringing a new brand that maybe you didn't know about. That's what I'm here to do, just to help you out. So thank you. All right, so we had some chef towels sell by Madison Classic. This is a 4 chef towels sold for $18 plus $8.95 shipping. If you're probably wondering what are you doing picking up chef towels, these came from the storage unit buyout I did a couple years ago. And if you're new to the channel, that buyout had tons of random stuff, belts, wallets, chef towels. Listed those around Christmas time, and they sold today. And another random item you're probably wondering about is a blender bottle. There was probably 20 to 30 brand new blender bottles. But yeah, this is a nice one here. This sold for $17.95 plus shipping. This is a brand new pair of Jones, New York, size 16 pull-on chino pants. Sold for, what did they sell for? They sold for $12.48 plus shipping. These were listed a year ago. All right, and just listed this Fossil women's purse. Just found it in like a bucket down there. So this came from another buyout I did. It was like a fire relief center, and they had a couple Fossil purses. So this I probably underpriced this, but I took an offer of $16 plus shipping. So it did sell within a week. All right, we had this men's Foundry 4XL button-up shirt sell. This listed about a couple months back. Only reason I picked it up was because of the size. Foundry, you know, if I find 2XL, 3XL and up, I'll pick it up if the price is right. This belt by James Campbell, just a men's leather belt, size 36, sold for $20 plus shipping. Took about a year to sell. This was a nice Eddie Bauer denim pearl snap for women. It's a size large. Just listed it a week ago and sold for full price of $19.95 plus shipping. All right, so the only reason I picked these up is because they were new at tag. They are some J. Crew men's skinny pants. Brand new at tags, sold for $22 plus $8.95 shipping, size 31, 32. So J. Crew, without tags, would have just passed it up. But since it was new and half off at the Goodwill, I decided to give it a try. And it sold pretty quick. I think I listed these about a month ago and took a best offer of 22 bucks. I still have quite a few shoes new in box from that storage unit. And these are some Puma men's size 10 Roma running shoes. They didn't sell for a ton of money, but they still sold for, was it $34.95 plus shipping. So not bad. And we had another purse sell. This is a women's Fossil purse, but this one was listed for a year plus, probably a year and a half. Sold for best offer of $15 plus shipping. Here is a vintage Rose Bowl hat. Can't even remember where I got this from. Probably some bulk buyout, but it's in pretty good shape for the most part for being white. Sold for $14.95 plus shipping. Here are some new at tag Polo Ralph Lauren Langley jeans. I think Langley is the model. So another storage unit purchase. These took a long time to sell. They were even returned for doesn't fit, but I just relisted them and took a best offer of $21 plus shipping. Here is a 6-pack of jockey underwear, vintage, made in 2000. Took a best offer of $14.95 plus shipping on this one. All right, now getting back into some of your questions. This is from Mario, asking just about sell-through rate. And that's a common question for people that are just starting out. How do I pick it? Or how do I pick it? How do I understand what sell-through rate is, and how do I figure out what I'm even looking at? So if you're gonna be on eBay, let's just say, for example, you see that out of 26 total jeans that have been sold, 40 are still available. So to find the sell-through rate, you're going to divide 26, which is the amount of the items that sold in the last 90 days, and then you're going to divide 26 by 40, which are the amount available for purchase, and then you're going to multiply that number by 100, and that's going to give you the sell-through rate percentage of that item. So understanding sell-through rate is one of the main KPIs, principles that you need to be tracking in this business. You know, especially when you're just starting out, because you're wanting to pick up items that sell quickly so you can get that money back that you're investing in your business to be able to grow your business. So understanding sell-through rate is huge. I get that question a lot. So out of 26 sold and 40 available, you're going to divide you're going to take 26 and divide it by 40, and then that number you're going to multiply 100, and that's going to give you the percentage. So really understanding that and being able to check sell-through rates of the first few 100, 200, 500 items, you're going to get faster. You're going to understand what sells fast and what doesn't. So don't just pick up items blindly without understanding, one, if you've sold that item before, and two, if that item is even going to sell in the next 5 years. So everyone runs their business different, but I would say anything above 30% for me in my business, especially if seasons fluctuate, is something that I'm going to consider picking up. But maybe set a hard limit for 50% for you. Some people just do 100% sell-through rate. I list 20 items a day, so I need to be a little bit more kind of like open-minded, especially since I live very rural. So I have to drive an hour just to be able to hit 5, 7, 8 thrift stores. So it just really depends on you and your business model. All right, so these men's Timberland cargo pants sold for $12 plus shipping. They were new with tags, and they took about 1.5 years to sell. Timberland, not the best brand to be picking up. This is a vintage men's Kennington Hawaiian shirt, sold for $13.85 plus shipping. These are some new with tags Calvin Klein pants. The Morgan, these sat in my inventory for over a year, sold for $20 plus shipping. Here are some awesome Lucky Brand new with tag, I believe, corduroy pants, sold for $35 plus shipping. Also another storage unit purchase. Took about 1 year and 4 months to sell these. Here are some new with tag Rustler pants, not a brand that I would be picking up, but they were new. I probably got these from the bins. Took probably 6 to 8 months to sell these. Actually sold for $18 plus shipping. All right, we had this nice Ralph Lauren blazer. It is vintage, new with tags. Did take a while to sell, but this sold for $50 plus shipping. It's a men's size medium. So we got now about 60 orders to get packed up and shipped out. USPS comes in about 3 hours, so that gives me some time. So let's get to shipping these items and on to the next task. All right, the next task of the day is processing a big old box of returns. While that doesn't sound fun or look fun, it's something I need to do about every month to every 2 months. I like to just get through it. I did stop processing returns for about 6 months when we moved, and I really regretted doing that because it took a couple days to go through it all, just to make sure everything was relisted, put back, and stuff that needed to be retaken photos of. I did that. So today's the day. We're going to process the returns. I'll kind of show you how I go about doing that. And then we're going to consolidate one rack of inventory just so I can make a little bit more room in the shop here. But we have a question here by Grace. She says, are you still hiring listers? When is it worth hiring them? So I actually have stopped with my lister about a month ago. It was great during that time when I needed that time back. But now that instead of me listing 50 items a day, I'm only listing 20 a day. So for me, in my personal opinion, I think if you're listing less than 30 a day, you probably should just do the listings yourself, unless you have a job and you got 4 kids running around and you're doing everything. That's maybe around that 30 listings a day mark. But for me, 20 listings takes 40, 50 minutes to an hour, depends. But another thing too that goes into the listers is you got to train them. You got to train them how you want your titles done. You got to train them on sports teams and all these different styles. There's just a lot that goes into it. While it's worth it for sure once you get them trained up, but I don't think that it's worth hiring one if you're doing like 10 a day or 20 a day, just because you should be able to do that as you go. Doing that for more length of time, you're going to get faster. So definitely don't hire them when you're first starting out, because you don't really know too much about how the listing process goes. So it's going to be hard to train someone. But maybe you've been doing it for a couple years and you want to list 40, 50 items a day. That's when you could start to bring a lister in and maybe have them help you with doing maybe 20, 30 listings. That's when I would consider it. All right, so now I'm just going to start opening up each return, making sure, first of all, if it's the right item that they even sent back, and just to make sure like the condition is still good, because sometimes people could wear stuff and then return it. Who knows? Who knows? You never know when you're going to open your return and what you're going to find inside. Thankfully, the last few months, the returns have been fine, especially when you sell new stuff. Sometimes people could rip the tags off and return it. So I do like that they include the packing slip. That way I could just look up the item really easy. So this is a vintage Cabin Creek sweater. So I basically just pull up my listings page on eBay, take this packing slip, and then Cabin Creek sweatshirt, and then just look it up, see if it was even relisted, and it was. So that's awesome. And basically, once I find that it's relisted, I just throw that away, and then I'm going to re-SKU it and just kind of redo everything, basically, so I don't have to put it back, because the SKU on this is 17891. I don't have that SKU anymore, so I'm just going to put it in a new clear cellophane bag, and then I'm going to put a new SKU on it, and I will change that SKU number just so it makes things easier and I could go a lot faster that way. The item looks in good shape, so now we put the new SKU on it, and I'm just going to put it in a new box that I have right here, and just going to go ahead and continue that process. I have probably 30 returns here that I got to go through, so let's get through that. All right, so 30 minutes later, we got it all taken care of. All these are the returns that were processed, about 25 returns, and they're all put back on eBay, and that's how you do it. So every month, or however often, I think as often as you can, try to just get in the habit of processing your returns, making sure they were listed. There was probably 10 out of that 25 that were not relisted. So it's good to get those back on track and put back in the store. Next step is going to be consolidating. I'm starting to run out of space. I just have one rack freed up left. So I am doing one rack per day. So today we'll knock out this one. Tomorrow I'll knock out this whole rack, and then the next day and so forth. That way it's not too crazy, because if I were to do this by myself, it would probably take me all day, rather than just breaking my back and having a really slow next day. I just kind of like to take my time, do one rack per day. It's really easy. Should take me 20 minutes or so, and I'll kind of break down how I consolidate those items. Okay, so for demonstration's purpose, all my SKU numbers go from left to right. So these are lower number SKUs, these are higher number SKUs. I hope that makes sense. They're in sequential order. So you can see here we have a good bit of space here. It means items were ordered out of this box time and time again, and now we need to be able to consolidate. So basically, I take the items that are, at the front of this box to be able to kind of condense it down. And then I just do that going down the line from left to right. And that's basically it. That is one of the best benefits of using this system, just to be able to make as much space as you can, especially if you're in like a studio or a one-bedroom apartment. You can just consolidate every week and you'll be able to, as long as you're selling items, as long as you are consolidating and keeping up with it, you can maximize a lot of space. So you can see here, I'm just gonna take a few items until we could get it to fit in. Almost lost the box there. Let's see if we can get it all. Oh, it's gonna be close. So you can see here, I was able to take an entire box and consolidate it down, squeeze it down in there, and fix these, put it all in one box. Yeah, it's definitely crammed, but these are 8 by 8 by 32 inch boxes. I have them linked down below if you do want to check them out. These boxes are great once you buy them. You know, they don't break down as long as you take care of them. So now I just freed up one whole box, so that's nice. And we're just going to continue on with that process. All right, and just like that, about 20 minutes of consolidation, 10-20 minutes, we freed up another rack. And now we're slowly starting to fill this one up. Still got plenty more to do, but that's how you do it. Very simple. So those are just a few tasks that I do, you know, not every day, like doing the returns, and, you know, I'm only consolidating inventory once or twice every couple months, so just to free up more space. But I wanted to show you guys some of the additional things that we have to do as resellers that aren't like exciting or, you know, hard to even talk about and show you guys and make it exciting. But if you don't keep up on those processes, then you can be overwhelmed with returns. You could be left with tons of inventory that's unorganized. So those little things kind of keep the business pushing the ball forward, moving the business forward. I still get to put away this stack of items. As you notice, the stacks are disappearing. We just have a small stack here and then the last big one there, and we're done. So that took me a while as well. But gonna put those away, gonna take these photos here of these items, and then the last thing I'll do is my listings. So I hope that that's helpful for you guys. If you need any help, just comment down below with any questions. I want to be able to answer those. And if you're looking for a free resource, I have a Bolo brand list down below. You could check it out. It is in the process of being updated. I'm going to include 25 of the Bolo brands that I'm looking for this year. So I'll update that here in the next couple weeks. And then also there's an item specifics guide if you want to kind of sharpen your skills with item specifics. You can find it down below. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a blessed day, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Take care.